sequence, okay, and a bit same question. So this is the question and this is your graph. You can see two countries, Dubai and Malaysia, and there are some, years, and then in thousands, that's something in thousand, okay. So what's that in thousand? For that you have to go back to the question. The number of tourists visiting Malaysia and Dubai from 1995 to 2000. Okay, so from 1995 to 2000, this is the graph where you can see the difference in tourists in thousands. Like it's not 100 tourists, it's 100,000 tourists. Okay, in Malaysia and Dubai. So what is your first task after seeing this kind of pictures? To write the introduction. You have to observe. You have to analyze the picture at first. That's your first task. Okay. Just cool your head and think about it for 5 minutes. Okay. Let's see. So this is the picture of 1995, and this is the picture of 2003. In 1995, the tourist number of Dubai was less than 50,000, and for Malaysia it was 100,000. Okay, so see the difference. In 2003, Malaysia was less than 250, and Dubai was 400,000. Okay, so we can see in this period from 1995 to 2000, the number of tourists visiting both countries have increased. Right? দুটোতেই কি বেড়েছে না আলটিমেটলি টাইমের সাথে সো আপনি এটাকে ওভারভিউ লিখতে পারেন না you can write it as overview or you can say though the number of visitors visiting Malaysia was higher in the starting year, in the ending year Dubai was the highest in this chart. That can be your overview. Okay, now see the difference. From 1995 to 1996 it decreased and then increase, decrease, increase. But overall it increased. But there were some decrease. How can you explain that? Increase, then decrease. There should be one word to explain that. Okay. Like it increased with some ups and downs. So how can you explain that? What would be the word?
Climb.
One word. One single word.
Raise.
Let's just raise. You have to say sometimes it went down.
Difference.
Fluctuation. Fluctuation.
That's unique word.
Okay. So for verb it will be fluctuate.
Fluctuate.
Okay. Same happens when it's about Malaysia. At first it was 100, then it increased maybe 110 approximately. Why do we use approximately? What is the meaning of approximate?
Almost.
Like I'm not sure about this one. Okay, it can be 10 or 15, so I'm not sure. That's why I'm using approximately. And then the third year, 1997, is maybe 180. And then in 1998 it's 200. And in 1999 it's 260. Okay, approximately. And then in 2000 it's 270. Okay. It's still going up. And in 2001 it's
320.
320. Yes, 320 or 25. You can write approximately. And no, we have different words for that too. Okay, nearly, about, around. Okay, you can use that. So I'm just making you understand this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so just see this graph. It's always going up, 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 and up
2000 is still
until it's 2001, and then it went down and down. And this is where Dubai exceeded Malaysia tourist spot or tourist or visitors number. Okay, so this was my overall analysis of this. Okay, so I'm বলতে পারি যে শুরুতে দুবাইয়ের ছিল কম, and with this period and period শেষ হওয়ার সাথে সাথে দেখা গেছে দুবাই ছিল highest, ঠিক আছে? Malaysia started with a very competitive number and then it ended in less than Dubai, but overall it actually increased. ঠিক আছে, আমি যদি ওভারঅল ধরি, ধরেন আমি এখান থেকে জাম্প করে যদি এখানে চলে আসি দেন ইনক্রিজ, আমি যদি এখান থেকে জাম্প করে এখানে চলে আসি ইনক্রিজ, বাট দেয়ার ওয়াজ সাম ফ্লাকচুয়েশন। হোয়াট ওয়াজ দেয়ার? ফ্লাকচুয়েশন। এবার আপনি বলেন ফ্লাকচুয়েশন আপনি কখন বলবেন?
যখন ওঠানামা করবে।
উঠানামা করবে, কিন্তু এখানে আপনি ফ্লাকচুয়েশনটা দুবাইয়ের বেলায় বলতে পারেন, কারণ এখানে বেড়েছে কমেছে বেড়েছে কমেছে, বাট এটা কিন্তু 2000 পর্যন্ত কন্টিনিউয়াসলি ইট ইনক্রিজড অ্যান্ড দেন ডিক্রিজড, সো এটাকে আপনি ফ্লাকচুয়েশন বলতে পারেন। ঠিক আছে, ক্লিয়ার? সো ইট ফার্স্ট ইনক্রিজড অ্যান্ড দেন ডিক্রিজড। ওকে, সো আমরা সেম follow করবো হচ্ছে সেম স্ট্রাকচার, introduction to the graph and then give an overview and then body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. For introduction we will look for what? I said in the previous class. We will look for the keywords. Okay, find out the keywords and tell me the words. First is the number of tourists. Okay, number of tourists. What was the unit? Thousands. Right? Is it 100? It was in thousands. Okay, so you can write that down also. And then comes Malaysia and Dubai. What was the time period? 1995 to 2000. So this is your keywords. You have to write down the introduction with these keywords, right? So this is my introduction. The line graph, it was a line graph. I skipped that graph. Okay. The line graph compares the number of travelers. So they have written tourist. If you write tourist, then the examiner will understand. He only knows how to write tourist. He doesn't know that there are some other words, like you can write visitors, holiday makers, or you can say travelers. Okay? Who visited Malaysia and Dubai in 1995 to 2000? So the line graph is here, number of tourists are here, and then okay, 1000 data, you can keep it or you can skip it. But আমার দেয়াটা পছন্দ, কারণ শুরুতে তাহলে বলে দিলাম আমি কোন ইউনিট এটা কাউন্ট করছি। And then comes the name of the countries, and then comes from 1995 to 2000. Okay, so this was my introduction. Then comes overview. Overall, more tourists went to visit Malaysia from 1995 to 2000, but afterwards Dubai got more visitors. So that কি বললো, এই যে এখানে ওরা ইন্টারসেক্ট করেছে তাই না? এর আগে পর্যন্ত কোন লাইনটা সবসময় উপরে ছিল? Malaysia was always up and Dubai was comparatively lower than Malaysia. So until or unless it was 2001, the visitors went to Malaysia more than Dubai, and after the scenario was exactly opposite. That is my overview. And আরো একটা overview option দিয়েছিলাম আমি শুরুর দিকে, ঠিক আছে? ওখান থেকে একটা লিখতে পারি। So this was my overview, and then comes getting back to the details. আমি বলেছিলাম এর আগে মনে আছে যে আমরা এখন কি করব, ডিটেইলস দেখব। এর আগে পর্যন্ত we didn't give any data like এত percent, এত thousand. Did we write that? We just said it increased or decreased, it was more, it was less. We didn't say it was this percent more or this thousand more or this thousand less. Okay. Question for it. Anyone?
Getting back to the details, 100,000 tourists visited Malaysia in 1995, and it was more than double than the number of tourists in Dubai at the same time.
So let's see the. So at the starting year 1995, Malaysia tourist was 100,000, and and then Dubai was around 50,000. So it was almost half. Okay. And then
Next year, visitors to Malaysia increases while decline in Dubai.
okay, so in next year, people started to go to Malaysia more, but it was opposite in Dubai. যেটাটা নিচের দিকে চলে গেছে ঠিক আছে then
Afterwards, the number of tourists in Malaysia and Dubai rapidly increased and in 1998, 200,000 people went to Malaysia compared to over 150,000 in Dubai.
So they said that after that, people started to go to both cities. Okay, and in 1998, what was the data? That 200 people went to. So এখানে আমরা মিডল স্টেশনে কিছু একটা এক্সপ্লেইন করছি 200 people and এটা ছিল almost 150 up 167 or something like that. Then
Interestingly, holidaymakers number
means
Tourists.
visitors, tourists.
holidaymakers number to both this place became identical and reached to over a quarter million in 2000.
What is the meaning of identical? Identical in 2000. That in 2000 was identical, almost the same. Okay. So 2000 পর্যন্ত এক্সপ্লেইন করেছে বডি প্যারাগ্রাফ 1 এ বাকিটাতে কি করবে 2000 এর পরেগুলো এক্সপ্লেইন করবে ঠিক আছে ওরা এভাবে ভাগ করেছে অন্য কেউ আছে করবেন এরকম You want to read? Sure.
Next year, both countries witnessed a hike in their tourist number, which stood at around 325,000.
325,000. So in the next year, both countries' tourists actually increased, and it was peaking towards 350, but it was around 320 actually. We can see. Okay. Then
A reserve trend during the next few years followed with more tourists in Dubai and Malaysia.
okay. So in next 2 years, 2002 and 3, more people went to Dubai than Malaysia. In this point, they were the same, exactly same. It was 225, they say. But after that, this went down and this went down, but it was still more than this. And then gradually it went up. Reached to over a quarter million. Okay. Then
In 2002, Dubai got more trippers, and this trend continued in the next year when 0.4 million vacationers visited Dubai compared to less than 0.25 million in Malaysia.
okay. So this was my overall data. Okay. So there are lots of new words, right? So let's see how many words did we get instead of tourist. So first it was tourist, then travelers.
Vacationist,
There was another one maybe here.
holiday makers.
Tourist. Holiday makers. Okay. Then trippers. Are কিছু আছে? So these are the words they actually used to let you know that they know or that this person knows many synonyms of tourist. Okay, so this is a perfect attempt because we actually liked it, right? So as an examiner, you will give good marks to this student because he has used most of his vocabularies that he knows. Okay, and then comes the what should I say? Connectors. So first it was overall, getting back to the details, and then
Next year.
next year, it's next actually next. Then afterwards means this. Okay.
Interestingly.
Where is interestingly
রিভার্স ট্রেন্ড এটা তো হসপিটাল
reverse trend ওটা আমরা increase decrease বুঝাইতে ইউজ করব ঠিক আছে that's it so these were my now let me come back to the increase and decrease okay বলেন আপনি বলেন আমি increase decrease এর পরিবর্তে ওরা কি লিখেছে? More than double then
এটা ডিক্লাইন
increase লিখেছে
জি ম্যাম
then declined then
rapidly increased
rapidly then
these two over
identical means same ঠিক আছে এই যে আপনি same না বলে identical বলেন that's another thing another proof of your vocabulary
over a quarter
over a quarter বলা যায় না
quarter million
okay at around for reverse trend during the next few years followed reverse trend মানে কি আগেটা যদি বেশি বলে থাকে তাহলে রিভার্স ট্রেন্ড বলে অপোজিট করতেছে ঠিক আছে হ্যাঁ তারপরে got more পেয়েছেন more tourists or trippers is continued
less than
less than so they use these words to make you understand increase or decrease ঠিক আছে এবং ওই যে approximate বলছিলাম না ওটা বুঝাইতে বারবার কি বলেছে ওরা around বলেছে about বলেছে nearly almost approximately you can use all of that okay and identical কখন ব্যবহার করেছে same বুঝাইতে identical ব্যবহার করেছে ঠিক আছে সো এটা আপনাদের থাকবে বুঝছেন হোমওয়ার্ক হিসেবে থাকবে আমার মনে হয় আপনারা একটু লিখেন হ্যাঁ একটুখানি লিখেন একবার লিখে ফেলেন না লিখলে দেখা যায় প্র্যাকটিসটা হয় না স্ট্রাকচার তো মনে আছে তাই না স্ট্রাকচারটা খেয়াল আছে না দুটো ক্লাস করেছি পরীক্ষার আগে হয়তো রিভাইজ করার এত টাইম হবে না আমি একটা হোমওয়ার্ক দিব যেটা আপনারা অবশ্যই বাসা থেকে করে নিয়ে আসবেন আমি এটা চেক করব ইন পারসন ঠিক আছে আপাতত এটা আপনারা একটু লিখে ফেলেন
আমি এটা জব করে দিব
না এটা চলবে So did you check your portal? What was there? An outline, right? Right? There was an outline where I say what will be your marks distribution what will be your marks distribution, and what will be your question pattern. For this kind of task, as writing task 1 or writing task 1, you will have 10 marks. Okay, for this only. You will have option, like 2 of the same kind of figure, or this task 1 will be given. You have to answer 1, that 10 marks. And then comes notes and summary or anything from your reading, which will be 10 marks. Okay? And then 10 for grammar plus maybe application. Okay?
এটার মধ্যে তো 10 মার্ক পাওয়া যাবে আবার উপরে তো ন্যাচারাল
You know, if you write really good, there is no grammar, grammatical mistake, no red marks, okay, then it will be 8.5. Okay, and if you do not follow the structure, the number may decrease because your speeches or your writing will not be, arranged, well arranged, so the number may decrease.
Based on IELTS writing it
Based on
কেউ যদি ইংলিশ পারে কিন্তু আইএলটিএস সার্টিফিকেশন নাই তাহলে কি সে পাবে না?
দুটো আইটেম আসলে বলছে তো করে এটা কি দেওয়া মাস ডিস্ট্রিবিউশন
ফাইনাল
না ঠিক আছে আইটেম আর টু মিনিট
Let me see.
10 নিশ্চয়ই
তো কষ্ট করে লিখবা 10 দিব না
তিনটা 10 ছিল না এটা তো 10
Oh, 2 items. So first one is this. Okay. And then yes, first one is this one, 10 marks. And I see that I will change it a bit. And then the next thing will be, writing on maybe application or email. That will be 5 to 10 marks. Or we can have grammars. I have trouble with this. It will not be your regular emails, like write an email to your boss for your promotion. It will not be like that. It will be, maybe it will be an email or application to your head if you have lost your ID card. Okay, or how to apply for in a thana. If you go there, then how can you apply for your lost ID card? Okay, it will be something practical. Done? Should I change it?
If someone do not have any IELTS certification but he know English, will he get visa for interview?
There is another system called MOI, fixed rate. So if you have MOI certificate, that will be good.
What is the amount?
Just write it down. So where are you going? USA, China, Malaysia, where are you going? Introduction to Tisha. Okay. আপনার ফার্স্ট লিখতে পারেন না, দেখেন তো ফার্স্ট লেখা যায় কিনা।
Visitor কয়টা সিঙ্গেল
বুঝি নাই।
ভিজিটেবল সিঙ্গেল
ভিজিট কোথায় পেয়েছো? ও ভিজিটেড, অনেক সিনোনিম হবে। কোনটা দিতে চাও?